2007 BMW X5, and today we're going to be replacing the seat cushion. I have the seat in the box right at the back in there.
The process is pretty simple, but unfortunately for me, it wasn't that straightforward. I'll explain you why a little bit later. As for you, my friend, make sure to find the right part, because this is the most important step. And in my case, not because I've made a mistake, but rather I couldn't find the right part, since my car is equipped with the cooled, heated, and comfort seats. Pretty cool, right? But huge pain in the ass if you're trying to replace one. If you're planning on doing this job, but really nothing hard. Anyway, let's get back to the job.
For that procedure, we need to unbolt 4 screws, which is 2 at the front and 2 at the back. If you're going to be removing the seat completely, you're going to need to disconnect the battery because the SRS sensors or the module is underneath the seat, one of the modules. And with that, you're going to trigger the airbag light on. As well, I want to mention that the seat is from 2011 or 2010 BMW X5, which is the newer model, and apparently after 2010 those seats would not fit the like older models from 2007 all the way to 2010. That one apparently shouldn't fit here, but it looks exactly the same. The seller told me it's not going to fit on this car, but I doubt it will. Okay, first thing first, remove the plastic. There's a tab in the middle, and basically the farther corner needs to be slide out of the groove, and that's how you're going to remove the piece of plastic. Then there's a T50 screw. At this position, we also wanted to remove the plastic. Also a tab, and metal tabs. Now we need to move the seat all the way to the front, as well as removing the control panel and the piece of plastic on the side. You're not going to be able to see much, but there's huge 2 pins, one at the front and one at the back right here. It's really hard to remove them, so I like to go from the back and kind of wiggle it and wobble it, but really you have to remove the front one first. So the last one is going to be the rear one. You need to pull it out, up, kind of push it out. And with that being said, the 2 tabs that we will need to remove, like in the first place, is the front, and one it kind of slides in, which is going to be at the back. As you can see, we have another T50 at the back, so we need to remove that one, and then we're going to be able to flip the seat up. We also wanted to remove the control panel because it's going to be on the way, but beside that, yeah, let's continue. Also, this is the good point to see what we are dealing with and what we got to be concentrated on. For example, all of the tabs, it is going to be going to the back, to the sides, to the front, and so on. As you can see, I moved the seat all the way up for better reach because we're going to need to work from underneath, as well as for cleaning purposes. After we remove the panel, the control panel, there's like those leather tabs. You need to pull it down and remove it from the clips. If it's not working out, just go to the next one. You can use the pliers and kind of pull them down, so that's going to be a bit easier. If you, after you do a couple of them, there should be like less and less tension should be like on each of the next one. Another one at the front, the leather tabs. There's few of them, like I think there's 4. So I'm talking about this piece, this section right here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You gotta make sure you undone 4 of those. I just wanted to point it out on that piece of plastic right here, which is beside the seatbelt buckle. It actually have T27 screw at the bottom, and that's how the piece of plastic right here is holding it. Last leather tab. Again, I see some of the tabs they're going to remove, and somehow magically we're going to install the new one. That's how that's gonna happen, but you know. If that's really hard for you, you can bend the tab a little bit. In that case, I'm gonna have a little bit more place to play or space. Then the front section needs to actually go a little bit farther to the front. Check this out. You have full meal right here. You can easily feed yourself after you remove the seat.
The front portion of the seat can be removed completely. I didn't do that, but you might want to do so. If we look underneath, you can see a couple of screws that hold in that extendable pillow. Also, from this perspective, you can see a couple of the metal rings that hold in the front portion of the cushion. I'm using the electric snippers and cutting them completely, and will replace those later with the zip ties.
And unfortunately there are 6 of them. The very at the corner there is also gonna be the same type of thing. So as far as there's no tabs, we have quite a few connectors for the heater, for the cooler, and so on and so on. So you wanted to remove those, and some of them are way at the front. As you can see, the black one is connected to the front portion, and continue with the rest of them, and goes underneath of that metal plate. So you want to slide them through, kind of pull it out. Afterward, disconnect the one from the fan, and we're going to be ready to pull the piece out. So the front is released, and we have kind of rivet connector, and now we can wiggle it and wobble it and slide out the seat and all of the crap that has been there. Couple more piece of wire.
So the replacement is pretty much done. But like I said at the start of this video, I purchased the seat from the newer car, which is 2011 BMW X5 E70. The reason for that is my car is equipped with the cooling comfort heated seat, and it's impossibly hard to find a replacement part. Plus, 2007 till 2010 X5 E70 have a different wiring than 2011 and up, despite the seat looks exactly the same. If you got a right seat for your car, go ahead and repeat all the steps from the installation. Also, the process will be the same for any other seat as long as you have the right part. The job will be pretty straightforward. As for my case, after comparing the seats with one that I got for the replacement, which is 2011, repeating myself again, I figured that one of the connectors is different and missing a couple of wires. So I decided only replace the leather cover and keep the rest of the accessories original. So if you're interested on how and what going on underneath the leather, keep watching. After all, I double stacked some of the components, so you'll see if you keep watching. But let's get back to the video. So what did I do to the cushion? Apparently, I cannot just swap old with the new. The reason is the wiring. It's different. So I decided to remove the leather of the foam part and see it for myself. First step is locate the metal rods. They are located in the base of the seat or the foam part, and they go parallel to the stitching of the seat. And that's where the leather part is connected to. You'll find the same metal rings that was connecting the cushion to the seat frame at the front. Here it's the same technique, so you simply wanted to snip them and remove the leather part. Also, another tab is going to be very at the center, so don't rush after you remove one side because there are quite a few spots that are connecting the leather part to the foam part. When I got underneath, I find out that the seat is not exactly the same. And as I mentioned, because of the wiring. Another discovery was a padding, which is basically in between of the leather and the foam, and it contains all of the wires and harness into it. So I decide on keeping the padding that is underneath the leather cover and use the other seat cover on top. So I technically keep both seats padding and harness, then use the new leather cover and double stack the padding. I use the zip ties to rehook everything as where that's supposed to be, and that's what I got. Aesthetically, it looks exactly the same, as well as sitting didn't really change. The cooling still works. It's probably not as strong as originally was, but honestly, I cannot see the difference. The air still goes through, and I think it's pretty good overall.
Somehow, magically, I fitted the back portion right there. I actually started from the front right here and kind of jammed it all the way to the back. first I unfold the leather. So the foam was first, then the cushioning or the under padding, and then the actual leather. So leather was the easiest to fit it in, and started from the back. Just hook those kind of clamps, the tabs. Also, a good suggestion is started from the passenger side, the tabs, because it's going to be easier on this side to work with the seat. As well as I connect everything, I tested, it kind of working. Then I disconnect most of it. It looks fairly okay. It has some little bit of tearing wear. That's not a problem. Also, I take my time, clean it underneath the seat, a little bit up, some of the like sliding mechanism, some of the motors, and that's about it. Anyway guys, I hope you learned something from this video, and if you change the seat, make sure to order the right one. In my case, that was really hard to find the proper seat, which is on entire eBay there was only 2 seats, and both of them was from 2000. One is from 2011, second one from 2012, which wasn't ideal. Anyway, I hope you did like the video anyway, and put the thumbs up button there, support me with a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.